I'm going to say this, and then I ain't going to say nothing else. I've been working a job. I've been working 12 hours. Today marks the 6th day. Tomorrow will be the 7th day. 12-hour days. Straight. And I've been complaining about that. And then I got to thinking this morning when I got up and I shook my head. I said, Lord, I gotta do this again. Then I got to thinking, and it humbled me real quick. I got to thinking about our ancestors. I got to thinking about how the slaves must have felt. Our great-great-grandparents must have felt when they had to get up at the crack of dawn and work in the fields and work in the house. And yes, massa, no, massa, yes, sir, no, sir. And they had to succumb to white-only signs and things like that. And I thought about that thing, and I said, now, wait a minute, Renee. You right now, you doing what you have to do. And trust me, I already realized I could be doing a whole lot better. But I'm coming out of this depression. So, in coming out of the depression, because the depression, my mom's passing, then I fell into a depression. I know what caused where I am, not to be a know-it-all. I just know what caused where I am and how hard I fell. And, because I was told, somebody put a spell on me and this, that, and the other. I don't even, girl, bye. Because I was literally told that somebody that I love so much, and I thought they loved me so much, put a spell on me. And I realized, I fell into a depression. But I don't want to get too deep into that. I want to stick to my point. And here I am. I'm looking at the building right now. And I can show it to you all. I'm looking at the building right now where I'm getting ready to go in and work. And I was sitting there and I thought about that thing. I said, girl, you mean to tell me that you gonna complain? You might not be built as tough as the people were built that are your ancestors, but you got your health and your strength. You are able to go in there and to be honored to look out for somebody else who can't do stuff for themselves. You are able to do this, and you gonna complain. And you also gonna complain for what you standing on top of. You are standing on top of the backs of your ancestors who fought, bled, and died for you to be able to even work in a place like this, for you to be able to have your health and your strength like this. Because, you go to the doctor and you get your wellness checkups and things like that. They didn't get no wellness checkups back then. You are standing on the backs of people from whence you came, and you gonna complain. If you don't go somewhere, sit down and shut up, you better. Don't complain about not having anybody, because their families were torn apart back then. Their families were ripped apart, ripped from each other. And once you remove the man, baby, you can call it quits. I don't care what nobody say about that. Nobody's going to tell me the power of a man being in a household. Can't nobody tell me nothing about that. So, this complaining, I lashed myself. Not on the backs of your ancestors. Not on the backs of people that fought, bled, and died for you to be here. For you to walk the streets with freedom. For you to have the freedoms that you have. For you to be able to go anywhere you want to go. For you to be able to do anything you want to do. I ain't thinking about all this stuff that's going on today and make America great again and all that mess. I ain't think about all that stuff. I'm talking about you being on the backs of people that gave their lives for you to be here. Shut up and carry your tail to work. If that's what you got to do, and you got to do it for 12 hours a day, for 7 days a week, then you got to do it for 12 hours a day, for 7 days a week. You know who you are. You know you a real estate agent. You know you a writer. And you know that sometimes you got to clean this up. You got to clean this up in order for you to go back to your progression. But right now, God is doing what God is doing for what his reasons for doing it for. And then I looked at something yesterday that just broke my heart. I was already crying about, my friend that had passed, and I was already crying about some other things, and here I looked at yesterday how it was not to me at the time what I was going through. That wasn't a blessing to me. But God turned that thing around and gave me an even better blessing. What? And you gonna complain? Girl, go to work. Go to work and do what you got to do. And that's the same with y'all. Shut your mouths. Go to work. Don't complain and do what you got to do. Don't complain about the boss. Don't complain about the building. Don't complain about nothing. As long as that paycheck at the end of when you're supposed to get paid is signed and you got money in your account and can put food on your table and a shelter over your head. And do you know how many people don't have that? Girl, y'all, let's go to work. You ain't gonna hear nothing else from me. You ain't gonna hear nothing else from me. And when you do, I'm gonna get it straight real quick. Have an amazing day.